Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and welcome back to the scripting tutorial for episode 2, where we will go over data types and variables. So let's get started without any further ado. So the first thing we should go over with TypeScript is what's exactly in the name, types. So a type essentially just describes a value. So a type can be a number, a type can be a string is a string of characters. A character is just one letter, just like that. So a string would be a string of characters, just like that. A number would be numbers. And then we also have booleans. A boolean just represents true or false. That's it. And the last type is undefined. As you could probably guess, it's undefined. It's a type that does not have a definition. So to put a better representation of these types in your head, we're going to learn what variables are. Variables essentially are just containers for values, and a value has a type. So, to create a variable, there's 3 ways of doing so. The first is by typing const, const. This stands for constant. A constant is a value that can never change. So, if we were to say const x equals 5, we're saying that x is a constant that can never change, whose value is set to 5. So you could probably tell that this value's type is a number, and TypeScript can tell that too. But you can explicitly tell TypeScript that by putting a colon right next to the variable's name, and then typing out the data type. This is how you can learn exactly what data types correspond with values. So we can also make a constant called y, and let's make it a string. And to represent a string, we can use either single quotes, double quotes, or for a special type of string that we'll go over later, you can use backticks. However, we're just going to use double quotes because that's what I like. And we're just going to write hello inside of this string. So again, a string just represents a string of characters, all 5 of these characters. And then we can make another, actually let's not make it a constant because we might want to change it. Let's make a boolean value. We can call this z, and let's just set it to false initially. Okay, so you might have noticed I used this keyword here, let. This keyword let is basically interchangeable with this keyword var. So let does not stand anything. It's basically just readable code. So we're saying let this variable z equals false, essentially. But you can also interchange that with var, which stands for variable. I prefer let, so I will use let. You can see if we tried to change a constant value by saying x equals 6, for example, then it's going to give us an error, cannot assign x because it is a constant. If we wanted to change a value, we would have to use let or var. So let's change z to true. And you can see it lets us. You can also see that TypeScript can assume that this is a Boolean value, even though we didn't explicitly tell it that it is a Boolean value. A variable with the type of undefined could quite literally just look like this. You can just write let x or var x, and x will be initialized with the value undefined. You can also just do let x equal undefined, and then it'll automatically infer the type undefined. If we just leave it like this, the value is still undefined, but it does not infer a type from it. It just infers the any type. And obviously any refers to any type that exists.